A delicate balancing act, Pakistan occupies a geographically and strategically important position in relation to the Middle East. This proximity has shaped its foreign policy and placed it at the heart of regional dynamics. Pakistan has strong historical, religious, and cultural ties with Middle Eastern countries. This makes its role in the region's conflicts both sensitive and crucial. Pakistan walks a tightrope, balancing its own national interests with the need for stability in a volatile region. Pakistan's foreign policy towards the Middle East is characterized by a commitment to diplomacy. It prioritizes peaceful resolutions to conflicts. It actively participates in regional and international forums to promote dialogue and cooperation. Pakistan's stance is rooted in its desire to maintain a balance in its relationships with all Middle Eastern countries. It avoids taking sides in regional disputes. This neutrality allows Pakistan to act as a mediator and bridge builder. The Middle East is also a vital economic lifeline for Pakistan. Millions of Pakistanis work in the region, sending back crucial remittances. Bridges of peace. Pakistan actively promotes dialogue and diplomacy in the Middle East. It believes peaceful resolutions are the only sustainable solution. Pakistan's efforts stem from its foreign policy of non-interference and peaceful dispute settlement. As a respected OIC member, it advocates for unity among Muslim-majority countries. Pakistan has tried to ease tensions between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Both countries are important to Pakistan, and their rivalry challenges regional stability. Pakistan has offered to mediate and hosted meetings to reduce tensions. It also supports peaceful resolutions and humanitarian efforts in Yemen. Pakistan maintains a policy of military non-intervention in the Middle East, emphasizing diplomacy and dialogue to resolve conflicts. While Pakistan has a capable military, its deployment is limited to training and advisory roles. This policy helps maintain neutrality and avoid regional conflicts. Pakistan will not join military alliances in the Middle East. It aims to be an effective mediator and support regional security, providing training to combat terrorism and extremism. Extending a helping hand, Pakistan has a long history of providing humanitarian assistance to countries in need, particularly in the Middle East. It has been a steadfast supporter of humanitarian relief efforts in conflict zones, providing aid to those affected by war, displacement, and natural disasters. Pakistan's humanitarian assistance stems from a sense of solidarity with the people of the Middle East and a commitment to alleviating human suffering. Pakistan has been at the forefront of providing aid to countries facing humanitarian crises. It has sent medical teams, relief goods, and financial assistance to countries like Syria, Yemen, and Palestine. Pakistan's humanitarian efforts are often channeled through international organizations like the United Nations and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, or OIC, as well as through direct bilateral assistance. Pakistan's geographical proximity to the Middle East allows it to respond quickly to humanitarian crises in the region. It has established air and sea bridges to deliver aid to affected populations. Pakistan also hosts a large number of refugees from the Middle East, particularly from Afghanistan. Section 5. Economic Lifelines. The importance of remittances from the Middle East. The Middle East plays a crucial role in Pakistan's economy, primarily through remittances sent by Pakistani workers employed in the region. Millions of Pakistanis work in Gulf Cooperation Council countries like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait. These workers send billions of dollars back to Pakistan annually, providing a vital source of foreign exchange. Remittances from the Middle East contribute significantly to Pakistan's foreign exchange reserves, helping to stabilize its balance of payments. These inflows support Pakistan's current account and provide a buffer against external economic shocks. Remittances also play a vital role in supporting the livelihoods of millions of Pakistani families. They are used for essential needs like education, healthcare, and housing. The importance of remittances from the Middle East to Pakistan's economy underscores the need for stability and security in the region. Any disruption to the economic well-being of GCC countries could have a significant impact on the flow of remittances, with potential consequences for Pakistan's economic stability. Section 6. Combating extremism. Pakistan's struggle against regional spillover. The Middle East has been grappling with the rise and spread of extremism for decades. This phenomenon has had spillover effects on Pakistan, posing significant security challenges. The country has faced an increase in terrorist attacks inspired by extremist ideologies emanating from the region. Pakistan has been at the forefront of the fight against terrorism and has taken decisive action to counter the threat posed by extremist groups. Pakistan has implemented a multi-pronged strategy to combat extremism. This includes military operations against terrorist groups operating within its borders, intelligence sharing with regional and international partners, and efforts to counter extremist ideologies through education and social programs. Pakistan has made significant progress in degrading the capabilities of terrorist groups. However, the challenge remains, and Pakistan continues to work closely with regional and international partners to address the root causes of extremism. Pakistan has also been actively involved in regional and international efforts to counter the financing of terrorism. Section 7. Navigating Global Partnerships. Pakistan's relationships with the US and China. Pakistan's foreign policy is shaped by its relationships with the United States and China. Both countries have significant interests in the region, and Pakistan must navigate these relationships carefully. The United States has been a long-standing ally, but the relationship has been complex. The US relies on Pakistan's cooperation in counterterrorism and Afghanistan. China is a close strategic partner with deepening economic ties through the Belt and Road Initiative. Pakistan is a key partner in the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Section 8. The Saudi-Iran Divide. Pakistan's role as a mediator. The rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran is one of the most significant geopolitical challenges in the Middle East. It has fueled proxy wars, sectarian tensions, and regional instability. Pakistan, with its close ties to both countries, has found itself in a delicate balancing act. It has consistently called for dialogue and diplomacy to ease tensions between Riyadh and Tehran. Pakistan has maintained a policy of neutrality in the Saudi-Iran rivalry. It recognizes the importance of both countries to its own strategic interests and to the stability of the Muslim world. Pakistan has refrained from taking sides in their disputes and has instead focused on promoting dialogue and reconciliation. Pakistan has played a mediating role between Saudi Arabia and Iran on several occasions. It has hosted meetings between officials from both countries and has used its diplomatic channels to facilitate communication and build bridges. Section 9. A Voice for Palestine. Pakistan's unwavering support for Palestinian rights. Pakistan has been a staunch supporter of the Palestinian people's right to self-determination. It has consistently advocated for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with an independent and viable Palestinian state alongside Israel. Pakistan's support for Palestine is rooted in its principled stance on international law, justice, and human rights. Pakistan has consistently condemned Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories and has called for an end to the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. It has provided financial and humanitarian assistance to the Palestinian people. Section 10. The Road Ahead. Challenges and Opportunities for Pakistan in the Middle East. The Middle East is a region in constant flux, presenting both challenges and opportunities for Pakistan. The ongoing conflicts, the rise of extremism, and the geopolitical rivalries pose significant threats to regional stability. However, there are also opportunities for Pakistan to play a constructive role in promoting peace, security, and economic cooperation. One of the main challenges for Pakistan is to maintain its neutrality in a region rife with polarization. It must navigate the complex web of relationships and rivalries carefully to avoid being drawn into conflicts that could undermine its own interests. Another challenge is to mitigate the spillover effects of regional conflicts, such as the influx of refugees and the spread of extremism. Despite these challenges, there are opportunities for Pakistan to leverage its unique position and strengths to play a more proactive role in the Middle East. Section 11. Conclusion. Pakistan's strategic role. A force for stability and peace. Pakistan's strategic role in the Middle East is defined by its commitment to diplomacy, its policy of military non-intervention, its humanitarian assistance, and its efforts to counter extremism. Pakistan's foreign policy in the region is driven by a desire to promote peace, stability, and economic cooperation. Pakistan's approach is based on the principles of non-interference, respect for sovereignty, and the peaceful settlement of disputes. It recognizes the interconnectedness of security and stability in the Middle East and South Asia. Pakistan's own security and prosperity are intertwined with the well-being of the region. Pakistan's commitment to dialogue, its history of mediation and its humanitarian spirit make it a valuable partner in the pursuit of peace and stability in the region.